Monday, December 14. Welcome to CGN News. Trinidad and Tobago's Health Minister Terence Dale Singh called out persons who attended birthday parties in Tobago, resulting in one death and numerous other positive cases of COVID-19. Dale Singh told reporters that 11 people had tested positive for the disease as a result of 3 parties. He said one on November 28 led to 5 cases and another party on December 8 led to 1 case. Meanwhile, the health authorities said that 90 new cases of the virus were detected from samples taken between December 8 and 10. The Ministry of Health said that there are 627 active cases, 6 people have been discharged from public health facilities, and there are 27 newly recovered community cases. Officials from across Jamaica's public health system were in a crucial meeting up to Friday afternoon as they prepare for a surge in COVID-19 cases over the Christmas period. A release from the Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton, said the meeting discussed the readiness assessment for hospitals, critical care and testing. Also on the agenda, an update on border operations, field operations and information communication systems to support reporting and surveillance. The ministry said it is at a critical stage in its planning for the surge of COVID-19 cases expected to continue through to February. The Venezuelan government said Sunday it had found 14 bodies after a ship carrying migrants bound for Trinidad and Tobago was wrecked en route. The Trinidadian Coast Guard reported that Venezuelan authorities informed them that 11 bodies had been recovered. Preliminary information suggested that the boat left Venezuela on December 6 with more than 20 people on board. It was said to be detained in Trinidad and returned to Venezuela. But the Trinidadian Coast Guard said it had not intercepted any boats with migrants. Venezuela has been crippled by a political and economic crisis. The UN estimates that over 5 million have left the country since 2015, some 25,000 of whom fled to Trinidad and Tobago. Over 6,000 counterfeit masks destined for Kingston, Jamaica from Hong Kong were seized by United States Custom and Border Protection CBP officers in Ohio. Reports are that on December 6, a shipment of 6,080 masks labeled 3M disposable respirators was inspected by CBP officers. It was discovered that the shipment did not match the requirements for the 3M Safeguard product authentication process, Fox 19 News reported. The CBP said the boxes were reportedly labeled Made in US even though they were imported through a freight forwarder in Hong Kong. Further inspections revealed that the masks were counterfeit. A preliminary report on an explosion at the National Petroleum Marketing Company's tank farm in Trinidad's capital Port of Spain should have been provided on the weekend. There were no fatalities in the incident, which took place on Friday, but 2 people who were near to the tank were injured in the blast. One has since been discharged and the other remains in stable condition in the intensive care unit of the Port of Spain General Hospital, the CMC reported. The explosion occurred during the extraction of residual products from a storage tank as part of routine repair exercises. Video of the incident showed the top of the tank being blasted off due to the force of the explosion. Cayman Islands Premier Alden McLaughlin says a mass COVID-19 vaccination campaign will be rolled out across the territory starting in January. In making the announcement in Parliament, McLaughlin said that he will be among the first to take the vaccine. He added that based on how well the vaccination campaign does, his administration could open local borders by March. In unveiling the plan, the Premier said it will initially focus on people over 60 years old and those with conditions that make them more vulnerable to the effects of coronavirus. Overseas now, anger over federal executions continued to grow Friday after 2 black men died by lethal injection within nearly 24 hours. Alfred Bourgeois was executed the day after Brandon Bernard. Bernard's death sentence was criticized by celebrities and politicians who fought until the end to halt the execution. The cases were among the last that were quickly scheduled by the Trump administration. There were 2 of 4 black men scheduled to die by lethal injection during the Trump administration's final days in the office. Bourgeois was the 10th person to be executed since the revival of capital punishment for federal death row inmates, a decision that has been fraught with controversy. The Department of Justice has defended its decision. U.S. President Donald Trump has reversed a plan for White House officials to receive a coronavirus vaccine in the coming days. Officials earlier said the senior members of the Trump administration would be among the first people to be given the Pfizer-BioNTech jab. But Trump said he had asked for an adjustment to be made to the plans. The U.S. has approved the vaccine for emergency use and will begin rollout today. It is not clear why Trump decided to change the plans or what effect it would have on the government's efforts to protect top officials. There are reports that government troops have surrounded the area where gunmen are believed to be holding school children hostage in northwestern Nigeria. The government has blamed the attack on bandits, and 10 children are reportedly being held captive. However, some 800 pupils were enrolled at the all-boys school, and about half remain unaccounted for. The attackers are thought to be seeking ransom, a government official has said. Amnesty International says more than 1,100 people were killed by bandits in northern Nigeria in the first 6 months of this year. A New Zealand sex worker will receive a 6-figure payout after filing a sexual harassment case against a business owner. The sum is part of a settlement to compensate the woman for emotional harm and lost earnings, said the human rights body that represented her. The case served as a reminder that all workers have the right to freedom from sexual harassment at work, it added. New Zealand passed a law decriminalizing sex work in 2003. The details of the proceedings, including the identities of those involved, is confidential. But the settlement announced on Monday was viewed as an important milestone for sex workers' rights. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.